The British royal family has once again been dragged into the Epstein scandal after a new photo of Epstein's former girlfriend and associate, Ghislaine Maxwell, sent shockwaves through social media. The picture we are talking about is the one on your screens. Ghislaine Maxwell, who was recently arrested for sex exploitation, is seen sitting on Queen Elizabeth II's throne. The picture, which was taken during a 2002 private tour of Buckingham Palace, has now been obtained by British media. But she is not alone. On her side, disgraced actor Kevin Spacey, who is facing sexual allegations of his own, can be seen sitting on the throne meant for Prince Philip. Now, this is considered a major breach of royal protocol if anyone except the Queen or Queen's consort sits on them. Now, ironically, the two had visited the palace with former US President Bill Clinton. According to reports, they were invited by Prince Andrew, who has been a close friend of Maxwell. But this is not the first time the royal family was involved in this scandal. Earlier, Prince Andrew had come under public pressure to explain his relationship with Epstein. Now, there have also been allegations against him by Virginia Roberts Giuffre. While Andrew continues to deny even knowing Giuffre, he has been photographed with Giuffre and Maxwell in the past. But Prince Andrew has denied any of this, saying that the picture was doctored. Maxwell has now been charged with multiple counts of sex exploitation of minor girls and perjury. Her arrest comes just a few days before the anniversary of Epstein's arrest last year. Epstein was being tried for exploiting and transferring underage girls between New York and Florida. He was also accused of taking them to his private island in the US Virgin Islands. Last year, he reportedly, allegedly, killed himself in a federal prison. Maxwell, who faces 6 major charges, had appeared in court on Thursday. Prince Andrew has since been urged to provide information to the investigation by a US attorney. However, UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson has said that US authorities have not yet approached the government for permission to speak to Prince Andrew. But as the investigation continues, prosecutors suspect that there is a high possibility for other high-level associates being involved. Many believe that Maxwell's arrest could dig many skeletons out of the closet. The now disgraced socialite and Epstein have been associated with many powerful men in the past, including current US President Donald Trump, former US President Bill Clinton, and lawyer Alan Dershowitz. We are now being joined by Richard Fitzwilliams, live on Skype from London. Richard is a royal commentator. Welcome, Richard, to WION. Now, US prosecutors have accused the prince of not coming forward and of being shy of giving his version of events. But like we just told our viewers, British Prime Minister says that the United States has not made any official request to speak to Prince Andrew at the moment. What has been the response from Prince Andrew's camp?
Well, this is an absolutely extraordinary story. What we've had in recent days is a fierce argument between Prince Andrew's legal team, who says that he has offered assistance, as he previously said he would, and the American prosecutors, Jeffrey Berman, who was in charge of the case, has now been replaced by Audrey Strauss, who say that he has not. It has been interpreted here as Andrew's team are offering, it would appear, some form of written submissions, and the Americans appear to be keen on some form of interview. That seems to be the difference between the two sides, but I mean, it has been an extraordinary spat. Regarding the report that the FBI have submitted a mutual legal assistance request, that could mean that Prince Andrew gives evidence under oath in a British court. As you say, Prime Minister Boris Johnson yesterday said that there hadn't been an official request, but there's a report in the Daily Telegraph today which backs up the BBC report of some time ago that such a request does seem to have been received. It's all rather extraordinary, and as you say, over a period of months, there have been, for example, the two photographs that you mentioned. We've got this absolutely bizarre photograph of Ghislaine Maxwell and Kevin Spacey, who were guests of, well, Spacey was with Bill Clinton, who were guests of Prince Andrew in 2002, larking around on the thrones in Buckingham Palace. That's bizarre. We've also yet again seen the photograph which has never been explained of Prince Andrew with his arm round Virginia Roberts and Ghislaine Maxwell in the photograph as well, allegedly taken in 2001, which Prince Andrew has implied might be doctored, and he can't remember. He denies any contact with Virginia Roberts, Jeffrey, who has made allegations against him which are extremely serious.
Absolutely. Now, what has been the response within the UK? You briefly mentioned these two pictures that have really created the storm. You mentioned the picture of Epstein's associates sitting on the Queen's throne, invited by the Prince, and also the other picture where he is with his arms around another former teenager who says that she was forced to have relations with the Prince. Now, what has been the reaction in the UK regarding these images that have come to light?
Well, it has, of course, been synonymous with the fact that the FBI have now arrested Ghislaine Maxwell. And there has been speculation that she might strike some form of a plea bargain to get a certain amount of leniency. She faces, as you know, extremely serious charges, and this is perhaps a possibility. Now, it's important to stress the closeness of Prince Andrew to Ghislaine Maxwell, daughter of the late newspaper tycoon Robert Maxwell. If you look at the transcript of the ghastly and absolutely disastrous interview with Prince Andrew by Emily Maitlis of BBC Newsnight in Buckingham Palace last November, all the references to Ghislaine Maxwell seem extremely fond. They were old friends. There is the reference to the fact that if the FBI wanted to contact her, it would be up to her what she said. But the facts simply are that that interview was so catastrophic, Andrew had to resign or had to step down from royal duties in disgrace, and he has no public support whatsoever. It's important to stress this fact, because when you talk about reaction, what you're thinking of usually is a certain residue of support in the public for what you do, and there isn't any.
Right. These are some of the most serious charges facing a British royal in memory, if I can say so. Another lady has just come forward barely a couple of days ago, and she now claims that she was raped by Epstein in his mansion while the Prince was present in the mansion. Now, we do not know whether there has been any reaction so far from the Prince's camp or whether there will be any, but these are very serious charges. Should the Prince come out and issue another statement, or should the Prince reach out to the prosecutors, because his name is being involved or associated with this scandal?
I think it must be stressed that the Prince has denied any wrongdoing. He's denied any connection of any sort with Virginia Roberts Jeffrey, and there is no evidence that he's done anything wrong. What has to be stressed is that the American prosecutors are not targeting Prince Andrew.
Right.
What they're saying is, you were a friend of Epstein, you stayed with him at his homes, you should be able to help, and that's what you've agreed to do. Why haven't you? Now, he says he has, but this can't go on. It's desperately serious, and it's obvious that some progress must be made, because his name basically is mud day after day here.
Absolutely. This Epstein scandal has been in the spotlight. The world was surprised and shocked when Epstein was found hanged while in police custody awaiting trial, and now Maxwell's arrest is also generating a lot of interest, and we hope that prosecutors can reach to the bottom of this investigation. Thank you so much for joining us on WION.